how many people work for advertisers or do work for advertisers that say, this is what I want to sell. This is what I want to do. And the right way, as we've really thought about it, is I need to solve my customers' problems. But really, what you need to be solving is your customers' problems, in our case. Right? You need to be thinking beyond just what you want to sell and really be thinking about how you create value for them from a marketing perspective. All right, so now we'll get into a little bit more about what the Performance Marketing Lab does. Group photo. Okay, our mission, use domain expertise to solve key issues. We make it easier for our customers to buy. We make it easier for our sales teams to sell. And we try to connect all points of that aspect of that journey from first touch to delivery. What we do, we solve problems using technology and enhance commercial effectiveness. We have two approaches. In certain cases, we take a more proactive approach. We'll say, we're going to make a big bet on marketing automation. We're going to make a big bet on e-commerce. Sometimes people will come to us and they'll say, help us with a website. Not my favorite job, but we do it because that's what we're supposed to do. All right, so we work proactively, strategically, setting goals and standards for GE, and then we work on assignment when businesses approach us. Strategies and objectives. So we have some that are less complex, meaning that we've done them, driving revenue, driving customer satisfaction, thinking about our channel and distributor marketing, to more complex ones like how do we think about emerging market growth? How do we simplify our process? How do we assist a business in an active bid? Okay? These things are really important for us. We don't do all of them yet. Some of this is aspirational for us, but I'm giving you a peek at what we do and how we think, and again, hopefully I won't get fired for it. How we work. We have flexible teams that are just within the COE. We take in people from other businesses to help us with specific projects, and we have other agency partners that help us with the journey along the way. So we build very flexible systems to help us move in and out. This week, what we're doing with the GE Healthcare team, the mammography team, is we have what's called a marketer in residence, mammography, marketer in residence. You have a marketer in residence where an intact brand team has actually come to spend 3 days with us so that we can think what their go-to-market plan is. Okay? So real good stuff about how we work. All right. Mostly what we do is we feel like we're bringing the horse to water. All right? On a day-to-day basis, this is what, yes, my back hurts, I feel like that. But other days, what we really hope for is we get them to drink the Kool-Aid. And we hope they enjoy it. And one of the things about drinking the Kool-Aid, just from I was at Kraft Foods for 10 years, and I've been at GE for 6 years now, almost 6 years. And what I can tell you is this, I know a thing or two, I feel like I do, and sometimes I can say to someone who is in a position of power, and I can say, blue. And they'll look at me and go, I don't understand what you just said. And then I've got another person over here who's from the outside, maybe someone who I personally don't think that highly of, and I think a lot of us have experienced this, and that person can walk in and go, blue. And the person goes, oh my God, that's the best blue I've ever seen, right? So these are things that we learn along the way that you just can't solve all the problems yourself. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So getting people to drink the Kool-Aid is not about force-feeding people the Kool-Aid, it's about getting them to want to drink the Kool-Aid and knowing that the work that gets done is not about me or not about my team. The work that gets done is about driving success for the business. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Performance Marketing Lab, our North Stars, things that we do. So we look to connect everything. Randall talked about this, the connected experience from first touch all the way through delivery. I'll talk about that. We are on a global race for permissions. I think the discussion that we just had around ad blocking, I think is super relevant. If you are not actively helping your customers or on your own journey to collect permissions, you are missing the point. Whether it is ad blocking, whether it is government regulatory issues, whether it is just the natural behavior of getting people to opt out of cookie blocking, if you are not collecting permissions, then you are missing a huge component of what needs to be done so that you become your own data provider. And I'm going to give you a very good example of what I mean by that. You need to know your audience. Great content finds its audience. I didn't write this. Someone else on our team wrote it. I didn't love it when I first read it because I didn't write it, but I didn't think it was going to help me get funding for my group. But as I have seen the content that has come out of our branding group, the Datalandia stuff, included, great content finds its audience if it has currency, right? If it has meaning, if it helps them solve a problem. And of course, innovate. So I'm going to go through examples on all of these real quick. So back to the Lumascape. All right. So I'm going to walk through this is where I get in trouble. I'm going to walk through our stack. And when you see this, don't say, oh, look, this is who GE is using. This is not the case, okay? There are people that you're going to see here that we use, and there are going to be some that we don't use that we just think fit in here, and maybe we will use them one day. So here I go. I get in trouble. So here's how we think about our stack. We think about our VOC Lumascape, right? Voice of the customer. How do we drive insights? We think about our engagement Lumascape, okay? How do we drive engagement? How do we drive value proposition? Who's helping us along the way get the intelligence and deliver that message and deliver that value proposition? We think about our distribution Lumascape. How are we going to get the message out, right? Paid, earned, owned, all the different things that we think about. And then we think about what our measurement Lumascape looks like, all right? And at the end of the day, what we really need to do is we really need to connect all of these things together. They don't exist in silos, and we need to make it flexible. And there are a lot of people here who, maybe you know Salesforce, most of you probably know Adobe, and you think about the marketing cloud suites that some of them offer. And I've been asked this question many times about whether or not you should be buying an enterprise solution. The fact is I don't care about an enterprise solution or not an enterprise solution. What I really care about is that we're building off a certain set of core components in our stack, and everything else has to connect with that. And if your piece can't connect with our piece, then we're not going to do business with you. Right? So is that a call for open APIs and all the things that need to happen? It is, but at the same time, who the hell cares what I think? But that's the way we're going to do business. So we want to make a connected and flexible stack. If you strip away all the nonsense, the drive to permission starts with high-value tasks. The behaviors that go past the click to get to the website. Are they going to register for a newsletter? Are they going to click to chat? Are they going to want to talk to a salesperson? Are they going to download a white paper? Are they going to join a webinar? These are critical high-value tasks, and we created a structure that we could basically give out to all the businesses, and they can fill in their own things. We just taught them how to think about things. And people, sure enough, the businesses are scoring their sites. They're driving behaviors, both in their advertising, on their social ecosystem, and on their own ecosystems on their websites. So everything becomes focused on the behaviors that you want to drive.